Alright, got a 2011 Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Going to try to replace the condensing coil on it. So to do that, you have to replace the radiator. Well, not replace the radiator, but unfuse it from the radiator. So I'm going to drain the fluids out and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a step-by-step tutorial. And this is the first time ever doing it on this car. It doesn't look very hard, but you never know. There's always something that always messes up. So we're going to figure it out along the way. So I'll give you my step-by-steps as I go. I'll be back. Alright, got it up on ramps. That way I can reach underneath it if I need to. I'm going to start off by pulling what I call, which I know this is not the proper name, the ram air duct. Because it rams air into the engine. I'll be back. Boom, that's gone. So, now that that's gone, as you can see, apparently there's a little damage in the front. So now I can see where the Freon possibly could have been leaking. So I'm going to dig into this, get the shroud off, and try to salvage the radiator. I'm sure that's good. I'm going to take reservoir off, fan shroud off. Should be able to take these two bolts here, and should just slide right back. And of course I'd have to disconnect the lines here, radiator. I don't know, I might not even have to take that off. We'll see. Pretty sure we'll have to get to some bolts somewhere down there. Only way to do it is to do it. Here we go down here, what it looks like on the inside. Need to do a little engine cleaning. So, alright, so here we go. Going again. Alright, got to looking. It looks like we're going to pull the bottom access plate off. So I'll show you that here in just a second. And I'll show you. This is the access plate that's got to come off. The drainage part is over here. I'll show you where it's at here in just a second. Took the reservoir bottle off. 2 screws here and here. Of course, it'd be from this angle here and here. Moving on. All right, I took the bottom plate off, and as I took it off, I got to looking and couldn't find the drainage. As you can see, it's actually easier to access it from up here. I probably could have finagled it by going through that little gap right there instead of pulling the plate off. But make them handy to pull it later. I'm cheating. I'm running it through a hose into a gallon jug that I've saved, as you can see right here. So we're going to head on to the next step. I'm going to pull the screws from the shroud while that's doing that. And that's there. Already pulled one, and then one below there. That's how I actually found the drainage thing. So I'll be back. All right, I told the story. There's only 2 screws in the shroud. One here. One here and one here. Remember, the only 2 screws in the shroud. It's got a slip deal where you slip it in. For the people, we'll call them thingies for people that don't know what they are. I took the radiator hose off to give me a little room to move. I'm going to now remove this screw here. Can't get to it. Where is it at? It's hiding back here somewhere. Yeah, I can't really get to it with the camera, but it's back here. And I got another one over here I got to get to. So it looks like I'll do a check-in in a moment. Well, I ended up having to pull the radiator. Here's the finished result here of pulling the radiator. Of course, you know, my trusty dusty Walmart bags go in every hole to cover everything up because it looks like it might be about to rain. I don't want to screw up my turbo or anything like that. So doing it this way, when it comes out, it look like that. Pretty much got to pull it, because if you don't, that right there is in the way of the lines that are coming in, which will be these right here. Pretty sure I'm going to have to pull them studs. So I'll be back. I ain't took the new evaporator out of the box yet, but I heard you got to do these studs here. So I'm going to do the old 2-bolt trick where you tighten them up and back it out like that, like it's an actual bolt or nut, whatever, I don't care. Anyway, carrying on. All right, getting it all put back in, buttoning everything back up. I got the screws back in. I reconnected my hoses. I reconnected my AC lines. Don't forget to change your O-rings. It's brutally important that you change them O-rings, because if that thing don't fit right, it's going to leak. And of course, sometimes you can change the O-rings and they still leak. So I'll find out when I do a vacuum on it here shortly. Go ahead and button this back up. Got to get the shroud back on. One thing I like to do, this comes with like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a 2-sided tape thing, but it's only sticky on one side. I use this stuff for like countermanting and sealing tape. I'm going to put a bead across here and a bead across there so this doesn't rub on everything. I know I'm doing a little overkill, but it'll be okay. I don't want that rubbing it. So here we go. I'm going to put it all together. Now we're running a vacuum on it. You should have a vacuum pump, which I have a professional one because I have a HVA certification. Got my gauges so I can hook it up. Pull your vacuum from your low side. You're wanting to get to as close to 30 as possible when you cut this valve off like so. Yeah. We're looking good. Cut my hand in case you didn't notice. That's what happens when you do mechanic work. You bust them knuckles. And we're at 30. So we're going to open her back up and let go for a little while longer. Make sure we have no moisture. While you do this, you burp the system. After I got all my hoses and stuff put up, you got to make sure you have no air in the lines. So this is what I do to burp the system. And we got a couple stuff falling. So I got one of these burping things. I got it from Harbor Freight. I think it was like 20, 30 bucks. It's worth every penny. When you crank the vehicle, it'll add it to it as needed. You also got different attachments for different stuff and a plug for when you're done. That way you put it right back in your jug. But this is going to take every bit of that, and I'm going to have to go get some more. So it shows the car takes about 2 cans of Freon. I got some dye, which I'm not going to use on this. If I have no leaks, there's no need. So anyway, everything's put back together, and that's it. When we're done, I'll do a finishing video to show you it's cooling, and hopefully it's cooling, because you know I got the part off of Amazon, and we'll see how that goes. Amazon parts are hit and miss sometimes. Oh, and one other thing that I noticed, when you're putting the evaporator coil onto the radiator, you have to be careful when you put them bolts on, because it fits up snug. And I put some of that sealer, like I put on top of here, in front of it to keep it from rubbing the radiator. So again, it's an aftermarket radiator, so this is some of the problems that you will have. So I'll be back after I get everything buttoned up and done and get it charged up, and we'll see if it's working. Now we're done. So I've got it charged up, got the radiator back in, and let's see, it just got done just in time. 10 minutes, it started raining. Got 41 degrees. I don't know if you can't see that, but let me flip the camera and open the case on my phone. It's always something.
You got a new phone case.
Yep, got a new phone case. Don't know
buy
how
a
I
new
feel
phone,
about it right now.
If you buy a new phone,
And it says
you buy a new phone.
41 degrees, and I'm sitting still. So may have to charge it up a little more, maybe a little low. But we're gonna give it a little drive and see how it goes. Me and Elena's gonna take this test drive while she eats her snacky snack. As you can see, eating her snacky snack.
My favorite.
Fried ravioli. You'd think the kid was Italian. Y'all have a great day. Hope it helped.